Hey guys, Arcade Adam back with another video, and in this one today we're going to work on some light gun holsters. Try to get this to the right angle. That's the proper angle. See the clippy? So this is at a 45, clippy is at a 90 or perpendicular to the ground. Let's get busy. So what I was thinking, like I said, this is going to be on a 45, so that clip is going to be parallel with the ground down there. Let's see if I can get some lighting for you guys. Turn that up a scotch. But anyway, so we're going to mount that temporarily right here, and I think, back that up a bit, right above my cut line that you definitely can't see, or basically right above the control panel, I think would be a nice easy grab height for the gun, because another thing I don't want to interfere with is my brand new cup holders. So we're going to check that out, temporarily mount it, and to do so, let me set that down there, we're going to be using some black 3M command strips. I guess I should back up a little bit too. So this is a design that is actually based on the official Sinden holster. So the outer edge, the bent part, sorry, that's having trouble focusing. Let me see if I can get it right here. So that fits the gun almost perfectly, and then I added this flat back piece because the original Sinden design is just open. And the reason I added the flat back piece is when you're mounting to your artwork, you don't want to screw up your artwork. So think of that as like an artwork protector. The other thing I did is I added these holes because I thought it was kind of cool. You can see the color of the gun in there. Why is none of this focusing? Anyway, you can see the color of the gun in there. And, well, here, let me demonstrate. Grab a Sinden. There. You can see the color of the gun, and I thought it'd be nice to show off on the side of the cabinet. And you can see how nicely that fits. And then you've got the hook for all that extra wire. So, let's get to work. Let's mount it on the side of the cabinet in the spot we think might work and see how it looks. So, like I said, I thought I'd film the application of this, but basically these are these 3M adhesive pads where you pull the tab and it doesn't leave any stickiness or sticky residue behind. I've been using these to test my version 1 prototype, and so far it hasn't pulled off any of the artwork or damaged it in any way, so I'm going to use these again and I'll show you what I mean. Alright guys, I've got the gun mounted, and kind of fittingly, we're on the time crisis wheel. So here, let me show you what I've got going here. So there's the gun, and there's the wire. And hopefully over time, gravity will take care of that and help lay the wires flat, or I'll use some Velcro ties. But this is basically the look we've got going here. So we've got the holster on a 45-degree angle. Should get some more light in here. Let me try to bump this up for you guys. There you go. And as you can see, we've got the hook here so you can grab the wire. So the whole point is that's going to be plugged into like where everybody's normal spot is on the front of their Megacade, or I might relocate that, either behind the arcade or on the side here or something to free up that USB. But then when you're standing in front of your machine and you're ready to play, you've got all the wire coiled up on there, and you can just grab it, drop it off to the side, and pull out what you need, and who's better than you? You're good to go. And then when you're done, Bob's your uncle. And if you're lucky, you've got the wire still coiled up and you can kind of clean things up. No problem. That's why I put the hook on there, to clean up that mess so this doesn't happen. Because the next thing you'll do is roll around your Megacade and you'll run over that wire and you'll start cursing because you break your USB cord and you need to wire in a new one. So to prevent that, we coil her back up. And then there's no mess. Or at least not enough to run over. So let me go do the other side and we'll see what that looks like. I've got my version 1 prototype. I put it down low and I don't like it because, again, I put in these cup holders and the cable always interferes and there's no clip. And look what happens. Stepping on it. So I'm going to remount this with the new version 2 Lightgun holster. If you guys remember this one with the EHA Enforcer logo on it. I've got that just mounted with the same, so you can kind of see the 3M pads for now until I decide about the permanent spot. I know it sucks covering up the artwork, but honestly in my room, with my layout, as I move back, I've got the V-pin. It's always a mess in here, but always working on something. And I've got the V-pin, I've got the Megacade, and I've got the racing sim. I don't get to see the side artwork that much, so it's no big deal for me. And you can still see the rest of the artwork, so I think the gun sticking out a little bit, peeking out there is kind of nice. But let me get that other one mounted, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, guys, we're back. I thought I'd shoot this in wide so you can get an effect. Can you see the guns? Because I kind of relocated them. I lowered this one a little bit, so it's kind of in line with the control panel. And what that does is the control panel sticks out from the arcade a little bit, so it hides the wires better. So you can't see the wires coiled up. And I did the same thing over here. So you've got the loop of wires on the side of the machine. You grab the gun, you're good to go. Don't forget to uncoil and grab the whole thing. Come out here, do your light gun business. Throw her back, hang up your wires on the clippy, tuck this one in, and when you come over here, the control panel hides the wires, but you can still see the faint red and blue of the light gun, so your guests know, hey, if I'm going to play a light gun game, I'm standing at player 1, you can visually see the butt of the gun, and maybe they'll take the initiative. You know how that goes with this thing, having people over. People kind of do that maybe in the pandemic, but yeah, I thought it looked cool. And let me switch back to non-fisheye so you get an idea what this looks like in reality. So there's the full shot of the machine. Hey, we're, again, good timing, Launchbox. We're on House of the Dead. So, who wants to see this thing in action? Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back with you. I got to show you something that looks pretty sweet. Launch with Sinden Lightgun. That should give us our borders. Yep. So I've got on the Sinden wheel, we're defaulting to thicker 2 or 4 pixel, I forget, double standard width. At least that's what I need on my machine, even with the flight stick going. And then the darkest bezel. So that's at like 50% tint on the bezel, and then a standard white border. So this is built into MAME. As you can see, I didn't even touch the gun. The actual Sinden border is not on. This is just the MAME bezel that's default active on the Sinden Lightgun wheel. Or if you go into MAME and launch with the Sinden emulator version of MAME. I know that's probably confusing, but that's not the point. The point is, let's grab the guns and have some fun. Because what do you do with 2 Sinden light guns? You dual wield. I gotta turn that volume up. I just noticed I have the bezel on and I need to get further back. Hold on 1 second. I gotta jump back and I want you to still see the guns. Well, heck, so there's no trickery. Let's do it live. There we go. And I'm on bubble vision now, so let's go 1x. Does that work? Oh, there we go. Much better. So see how I'm getting much better tracking now? If I can actually figure out where my dual cursors are and keep everything in frame. This is way harder than you would think it would be. Just mentally. Or maybe that's just me. Crossing the streams. Trying to keep everything on camera. But you get the idea. Dual wielding Sinden. Terminated. Let's see if I can hit the start button. Press start. There we go. For the uninitiated, this button pointed at the screen is start, away from the screen is coin. So it's nice, you don't have to jump on the control panel. Oh, see then on this one I gotta point it at the screen and hit start. See, it thinks it's a coin, so I'm gonna, come on. Where are you, buddy? Wow, that one's not grabbing at all. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm gonna go hit start on player 2 because maybe I mapped it wrong. There we go. Now let's get back in the business. Oh, well, come on. I can't keep both of y'all alive at the same time. Woo! Oh, that's just sweet. And, oh, it's like kind of off center and everything. Sorry, guys. You know, production quality around here. Let's concentrate and play the game for a minute. And the only problem with dual wielding, you can't hit the grenade button because your hands are busy. You guys get the point. Thanks for watching. You're probably wondering, well, where can I get my hands on such a kick-ass Lightgun holster? Details to come. If you're watching this video in the future, like after I've uploaded it, I'll have the link in the description down below. The plan is, I don't have time to deal with the orders and the production and the printing of these things. I just designed it in 3D, well, I shouldn't say I designed it. I took the Sinden Lightgun model, put a plate on the back to protect your artwork, cut some holes and added a clippy. So I modified the design. And I just don't have the time to deal with the 3D printing process of that. So I've been in talks with one of my buddies. He said he might take over the production and selling of these things. So details to come on that. We're trying to make it as seamless as possible, as cheap as possible. You know, it's gonna be total. I think it's gonna be around the same price as the actual Sinden ones. So look for that in the description below, and look for details to come. I'll post in the group about that, and hit me up if you got any questions. But yeah, I think it's a good fit. You get both of these, you're good to go, and. Stick with me a second. I've got the camera and the tripod. I'll show you how they holster up one more time. Turn the light on and get some detail shots at the end of the video if you're looking for better quality, because I know it was a little dark next to my arcade. My office is not conducive to shooting formal product shots, if you will. So bear with me. I'll be right back with you. So here you go, guys. I turned the light on so we can see what's going on. We got the Sinden light gun. I'm going to follow you in with the docking procedures. There you go. You can see the holes cut, and try not to get in the shadow. You can kind of pick up how the color comes through there. You got the edge of the gun sticking out. And again, there's the wire clip. You take your extra wire and you coil it up on there. And who's better than you? Because then as you come back over here in front, the control panel again blocks the wire. At least that's where I put them. You can put these things wherever you want. They're, you know, lick them and stick them and just throw some screws at them when you get the final position. I mean, without my cup holders, I was thinking somewhere in here, maybe down here. I don't know. You guys play with it. You could even do the old horizontal undermount system with these and still use the hook. So you tell me, but that's what I'm doing. And like I said, look for further details to come. They will be available to purchase hopefully soon. And happy gaming. Arcade Adam, one more time, hit the like and subscribe. Help me grow the channel, do all the normal things. I'm going to be doing, cross my fingers, work's going to slow down. I'm going to be doing a lot of mods this thing. I've got a lot of ideas. I've got to show you guys this system. I don't think I've even made a video on it yet, but this is about the Golden Tee situation. I'm thinking of putting LED RGB lights in there. I'm going to do the Eclipse mod on my buttons. I think I've got that over here somewhere. Yep. So if you weren't aware, these are the Ultimark Gold Leafs, and they sell Eclipse inserts for these. I don't know if I'm the first. These are the normal Eclipse buttons. These are a translucent. I don't know if that picks up on camera, but these are more of an opaque. So we're going to do that. We're going to fix my RGB lights on my trackball, as I'm sure a lot of you have the same issue. This looks more purple than white, and that's just because there's two factors. I'm trying to fix it with just a physical mod. The LEDs can be brought up a little bit to sit more flush on the ball, to increase brightness and increase color clarity. So that's another mod I need to do. At least that's a mod on my list. Another thing we need to do, I've got 3 computers in here. And so I need to get in the back of this boy and add some fans. So I got a bunch of RGB fans and a fan controller that we're going to do. And what else? There was some other thing I was going to do. Pinball buttons. Oh, power button. So right now my Golden Tee is turned on by that. And I don't like the look of the rocker switches. So I'm going to add a lit power button so I can distinguish between game select and the power button. That'll make more sense when I talk about that some more. But yeah, we got the RGB lights all figured out. For those of you who didn't see, I got fed up with my flight stick and I removed that. So I'm going to put a second spinner over there. I've already ordered it. It's a black one to do like a Player 2 spinner. So those that have Brent's awesome 3D printed steering wheel, I might need to call him and order a second, because I could get 2-player racing figured out, because I think there's just enough room here, because that doesn't, this is basically the center line, so I think I'll have an inch either side or more, because that to me is in the same spot as this other spinner. Oops. There we go. Didn't even tighten it. It's on there good. Yeah, and for those that don't know, this is Brent's 3D printed steering wheel. It looks a little high, like on your first impression, but on this machine, like in practice, there is nothing better than this for Ivan's Super Off-Road. There just isn't. And it'll play modern stuff too, like all the cruising games, Cruising Exotica, Cruising World, Cruising USA, all that stuff. Whatever you can, whatever racing game you can steer with a spinner, this helps. Highly recommend it. So yeah, let me know if you got any questions, but those are the mods coming up. We got the fans, we got the pinball buttons, we got the selector switch for the pinball and computer on. I need to finish my wiring. I've got power switches underneath here to turn off my Marquee, and I never finished wiring the TV one. So we're going to do that. And what else? There's so many like quality of life improvements that I have planned for this thing. Oh, there was never an LED wire to this button, so I was going to wire that up because that's my pinball launch button. And it'd be cool because there's software you can use to make this flash when pinball wants you to hit it. I've considered putting a middle fire button because I love pinball tables like AC/DC that have the fire button or the punch it button. Some of the Star Trek tables have that too, that sort of thing. But yeah, lots of ideas, lots of parts, zero time. You know how that works. But stay tuned. I might get to one or two. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, do all the normal stuff. This is Arcade Adam. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.